Tridents. Minecraft's first weapon that can be used effectively in both ranged and melee combat. Is there much to know about this versatile weapon? Well, let's find out. Update Aquatic introduced to us the Trident, instantly becoming one of the most deadliest weapons in the game. So let's see what makes them such a force to be reckoned with. Well, in melee, each hit with a Trident will dish out a serious 4.5 hearts of damage. That's more than a diamond sword. This is obviously without any enchantments, however all swords have a faster attacking speed than a Trident has. The Trident has an attack speed of 1.1, which is still quite fair, opposed to swords, which are relatively faster at 1.6. Is this a massive difference? Overall, somewhat. The durability of a Trident, however, sits at 251, which equals the Iron Sword's durability. Already, Tridents stand as a solid offense weapon, but their quirks are far from over. A Trident's ability to be thrown makes them extremely effective. When used at range like this, upon impact, they'll deal a solid 4 hearts of damage, only a little weaker than a fully charged arrow fired from a bow. Both the Trident's melee and range damage remain the same on Pocket Edition as well. Throwing a Trident will require a brief moment of charge up time before vaulting it forward, and I'm guessing the Minecraft player has the strength and skill of an Olympic javelin thrower, as the Trident can be thrown, quite far, averaging between 80 and 90 blocks in distance. That's a big throw. If each block was a meter in length, I'm sure even Aquaman will be pretty impressed. The durability of the Trident decreases exactly the same when using the weapon both in melee and ranged. When the Trident lands on a surface after being thrown, this will use up its durability just like it would if it were to hit a mob, in which it would simply ricochet and land somewhere on a solid surface nearby. Moving over the thrown Trident will allow you to pick it up again, ready for use. Holding back a Trident for throwing will slow you down considerably, making you an easier target to hit for both melee and ranged mobs, or even other players. Throwing a Trident into a pool of water will not cause it to lose any momentum. Same deal goes for when throwing it underwater as well, arguably making the Trident the most effective weapon in underwater combat. Tridents cannot be crafted. They only have a chance to be looted from naturally spawned drowned that are wielding one as a weapon. The chances of drowned spawning and holding Tridents is increased the harder your difficulty setting is set to. Not all drowned spawn with Tridents. In fact, only approximately 15% of drowned will spawn with one, with an approximate 8% chance of those drowned dropping a Trident at a random durability. Happy hunting. The Tridents that drowned throw, in which they can do infinitely, cannot be looted. The Tridents that drowned can spawn with will never be enchanted. However, you can enchant a Trident yourself once you've looted one. The higher level the enchant is, the stronger its effects are. A Trident with the Riptide enchantment will remove the ability to throw the Trident. However, instead of performing a throw, the Trident will rapidly propel you forward as you maintain your grip on the weapon. Colliding with a mob or another player during the Riptide effect will cause them to receive the equivalent of its throw damage. You can perform Riptide when exiting bodies of water, causing you to momentarily fly quite high above the surface. The higher the enchant level, the further you'll be propelled. A Trident with the Channeling enchantment will cause the Trident to call down a lightning strike to crash into the target that the Trident has been thrown at. This will only work against mobs above water level during rainy or stormy weather. This enchantment is heavily inspired by the Stormbringer god Poseidon, Greek god of the sea, who also wields a Trident. Using a Trident with the Channeling enchantment can transform creepers into charged creepers, villagers into witches, and pigs into zombie pigmen. This enchantment only has one level. Giving a Trident the Loyalty enchantment will cause the Trident to return back to the thrower after coming into contact with a block or entity. The higher the enchant level is, the faster it returns to the thrower. Tridents are incapable of having the Riptide enchantment paired with the Channeling or Loyalty enchantments. You can, however, have Channeling and Loyalty on the same Trident. A trident with the impaling enchantment deals bonus damage to aquatic mobs only, such as guardians, elder guardians, fish, squid, dolphins, turtles, etc., as well as other underwater players. However, it does not work on drowned as they're classified as undead. Each enchant level increases the impaling damage. These said enchants are all exclusive to the trident and cannot be found on any other tool or weapon. Tridents can also receive the commonly known Unbreaking enchantment, which ultimately increases the trident's durability. A trident with the Mending enchantment will have a small amount of its durability restored upon receiving experience orbs. A trident with the Curse of Vanishing enchantment will not drop as an item upon death. Combining two damaged tridents in the player crafting grid or crafting table will consume both tridents, but combine most of their durability, forging them into a single repaired trident. Doing this will remove any enchantments they wield. For better repairing and to keep any enchantments your tridents have, you can alternatively use an anvil, but will cost a small amount of experience. You can also use the anvil to rename the trident, also costing a small amount of experience. Throwing a trident at a button or a pressure plate will activate it. This only works with wooden buttons and wooden pressure plates, however. A trident can be blocked by a shield, both in melee and at ranged. A trident with the Loyalty enchantment makes an effective tool for destroying end crystals when in the Ender Dragon boss fight, as destroying a crystal or missing and hitting the iron bars will cause your trident to conveniently return to you. If you have Elytra equipped and it's raining and you have the Riptide enchantment on your trident, you can perform the Riptide effect to propel yourself forward swiftly through the rainy skies. You can also do this without Elytra equipped with your Riptide trident, providing you the ability to perform short bursts through the air, but doing so with Elytra definitely makes a huge difference, and not to mention is incredibly fun, minus the frame rate drops. If you want to find out more about other weapons, tools, or even mobs, I provided a link in the description of this video that includes every episode from this series so far. If